Sufism, Part 3. That is why the Sufis call God beloved and consider this world as the pageant, panorama, and playground of his love. Some other corollaries follow from these standpoints of the Sufis, such as their tolerance for everyone, no matter what station in life he might be occupying, and their belief in the uniqueness of the individual, in the majesty of man. To illustrate the essence and expansiveness of their tolerance, there is a story of Moses, a story which is very often quoted by the Sufis when they want to bring home to the orthodox the truth of tolerance. The truth of tolerance, great. It is said that one day Moses overheard a shepherd praying in this wise: O Lord, I will wash thy robes and comb thy hair. O Lord, I will wash thy robes and comb thy hair. And he took him to task for making of God. So to say, such a personal affair, minded. The shepherd was pained at this shock to his simplicity of faith in an intimacy of affection for and association with God to such an extent that thereafter he ceased to pray. Then Moses heard a voice from heaven telling him that he had done grievous wrong to God's beloved shepherd, and added, words are nothing to me. I regard the heart. These words are from God. Words are nothing to me. I regard the heart. Truly, it is the heart that matters. For once the heart is touched, the whole landscape of life is illuminated and integrated. As Murad Ali, a Sufi of Sindh, sings, it is through love that I have attained. It has illuminated my life within the twinkling of an eye. I will repeat it. It is through love that I have attained. It has illuminated my life within the twinkling of an eye. Or, as Emerson said in the last century, that touch creates us. Then we begin to be. Thereby, we are brings of. Thereby, we are beings of reality and inheritors of eternity. We'll repeat these lines. That touch creates us. Then we begin to be. Thereby, we are beings of reality and inheritors of eternity. As regards the other standpoints, the uniqueness of the individual, the Sufis say that each one beats out a path of his own to the deity. Say they, the ways unto God are as the number of the breaths of the sons of men. The ways unto God are as the number of the breeds of the sons of man, or as one of the Sindh Sufis told me when I implored him to show me the path, the Sufi replies, "What path shall I show you? There is no one path. There are as many as millions paths to reach his feet, as many as 320 million paths to reach his feet." It is about the people of the universe at that time, the world population. Or as another Sufi once said, have you ever traveled by a train? If you have, then you know that each passenger carries a ticket which is non-transferable. No one can travel on another's ticket. Such is the journey of the seeker after truth. Such is the journey of the seeker after truth. Or as yet another Sufi said, who showed the path to Majnun? Who showed the path to Layla? Love. Then follow love. Simple. Who showed the path to Majnun? And who showed the path to Layla? Love. Answer is love. Then follow love. What else? Such being the views of the Sufis hold, it is not surprising that unitive and love illuminated Sufis, there are also the ethical and hidebound Sufis who hold different views. I shall come to them presently. I shall come to them presently. It was these lines. There are also the ethical and hidebound Sufis who hold different views. I shall come to them presently is written in brackets. So I will read the main story again. Such being the views of Sufis hold, it is not surprising that unitive and the love illuminated Sufis refuse to take on any one as their disciple. Oh. They say that silence is the only true teacher. Silence is the only true teacher. And the great value which they attach to silence in the spiritual life. They believe, in the words of Daraya Khan, a Sufi of Sindh, out of the silence comes the voice. Out of the silence comes the voice. They say in the strain of Lao Tzu, all things in nature work silently. Goodness strives not. Follow diligently the way in your own heart, but make no display of it in the world. Follow diligently the way in your own heart, but make no display of it to the world. Their attitude in the matter of teaching by word of mouth or through the set of spiritual exercises is akin to that of the rishis about whom we read in Upanishads, that one day when a seeker went up to him and said to him, "Teach me, Brahman," he remained silent, and even when the request was repeated thrice, he did not say anything. But eventually he replied, I do teach thee Brahman, but thou understandest is not. But thou understandest it not. Oh, I will repeat. A person came and asked, teach me Brahman. He replied, silent. He remained silent, and even when the request was repeated thrice, he did not say anything. But eventually he replied, I do teach thee Brahman, but thou understandest it not. This Atma is silent. In short, the Sufis teach to use a very significant phrase of an English bishop by unconscious tuition. Unconscious tuition. They seem to believe that great silence is not a vacuity. It is full of harmonies and hues, of visions and whispers. That the sky is full of invitations issued by God. These invitations are being wafted by the wind, and that when the individual receives his invitation, his soul is awakened from her sleep of self-sufficiency, and she sets out on her journey to the home of beloved, whom she had forgotten while staying in the city of the senses. What are the factors which contribute to the cultivation of this silence? First and foremost, solitude. For it is when we are alone in the open that the passions are set at rest. When nature says to hustling and bustling, argumentative and aggressive individual, so what, little sir? The Sufis call solitude the ant chamber to the place of beloved. The place, the palace, built not by bricks and mortar, but of the beams of the moon of beauty. That is why they have their silence under the starry sky. When, to use a phrase of what Whitman, when, to use a phrase of Walt Whitman, a very night air is mystical. The very night air is mystical. The second factor which contributes to the cultivation of the silence is pain. It lifts the veil of the face of the beloved. It throws open the unsuspected and closed windows in his mansion. As Browning says, each sting that bids nor sit nor stand, but go. Be our joys 3 parts pain. Reproofs and rebukes, sufferings and sorrows are all welcome because they prevent the truth from being stepped down, from being made up into a road. For truth is a road and not a road, even if it be the Aaron's rod. That is why the Sindh Sufis say, the pain of longing is our comrade on the path. May we be never united with the beloved. May we be never united with the beloved. There is the story of a German philosopher who was once asked by God to choose between having absolute truth and endless endeavor in search of truth. He replied, Lord, absolute truth is for thee. Man can have or attain only to relative truth. Let me therefore have the boon of endless endeavor in search of truth. Very. Pain is the enemy of that self-complacency and self-sufficiency, which is the spiritual death of a seeker. Self-sufficiency, which is the spiritual death of a seeker. The third factor is fellowship with all aspects and expressions of life. There is nothing evil as such, for everything being a creation of the beautiful. Nothing can ever be ugly. There is nothing evil as such, for everything being a creation of the beautiful. Nothing can ever be ugly. And what we call evil is, according to the Sufis, the condition precedent to the manifestation of his light and love. In as much as manifestation is made possible by placing the antithesis in juxtaposition. For instance, light is known by the non-light being. So, to speak, bracketed with it. Very deep. The beauty of the beloved is seen in the dark. It is man that is at fault in the matter. It is he whose eye has not been cleared of the dust of duality. Love is the fulfillment of all laws, said the Master. And so the Sufi has no law as such to regulate his search. Love is the king, sing the Sufis, and love is no sergeant at arms. Thank you.